So, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today is the last of our November journal monthlies. So, since I left you, again I've done a few little bits, not much really. I put some fabric and a gather label on the back cover because we had this very pretty front cover. I added some lace to this envelope just because I wanted a sticky out piece, and I completely decorated this envelope that we made into a flip. I added this lovely quarter piece of a doily. This is vintage lace, so that's lovely. And then I just put some of the kit and some organza in there, and then to keep with the pokey out fabrics, I just put a little fabric there with this one that's only glued halfway and the little greetings. So that's where we're at. Now, the last of it today. So I have got here, I mean, you could use any images. Last year I did a whole year of making postcards, but I've got these postcard, well, they're not postcards, I think they are called toppers from Tracy Fox. But what I did was I just made two into like Merry Christmas postcards. And actually, do you know, these would be a really good way to do ecological Christmas cards because you're not using an envelope or anything. Anyway, excuse me. So I'd like to make at least two to go in here, and I think it's going to be these traditional images that work well with this. I love the conservatories, but I don't think they are going to work. I do think that scene will work, so we'll probably have that one. And this is all woodland, so I don't think the town, maybe that lake would be beautiful because that's sort of winter. I've got a thing about post boxes, haven't I? And telephone boxes. So I think I'm going to go... Oh, see, but then we've got woodland. Oh, Tracy, what have you done to me? So I think I am going to... Decisions. I'm going to get my ruler. And I am going to use this one because it's woodland like we have got going on in our journal. Now obviously when I made postcards all the year with you last year, we did them from all sorts of magazine pictures, so you don't need this kit. I'm not suggesting, you know, that you buy more stuff than you want. And I think we'll have this one with the house. So I'm going to make two postcards to go in here, and I think that's the end of our journal. We'll do a closure. Now in this here, I'm sure I had, yes, white card, so there we go. And I'm not going to use any of the words that Tracy gives you because that's going to push it again towards Christmas. So this is just that standard white card that I always get from the works. It's 15 sheets to the pack, and it's only £1, which to me is, you know, awesome. Okay, so very simple. I'm just going to stick these on here, get a bit more off here, and then I'm going to trim them out. We'll make a closure, and then I'll sew it all together. You don't need me to show you how to sew a journal together, do you? So I'm just going to glue this with glue stick. It's paper to card, so that's absolutely fine. Although, to be honest with you, I use glue stick, as you know, for almost everything. So I'm just going to line this up, pop that down on there. And I do find when you use a glue stick, if you're doing something like this, oh, I can't find it now. One of the best things to use is a bone folder, and just make sure you spread that glue out and press it down. Alternatively, obviously, you can use a card like this. You just want to spread it out and flatten it, because excuse me, as you know, there is a certain amount of moisture in any glue, even the glue stick, and of course you're only making one side of the card wet, so it does tend to make the paper fold. There we go. But by doing this, you're flattening it out. Okay, simple. I'm going to take my metal ruler and my craft knife, and I'm going to come in just slightly and cut down there, and then we're going to cut to the picture, obviously, not to the white line. Because last time we did letters home, didn't we? Because you often send a letter at Christmas updating distant family and friends on what is going on. So we put 2 letters in. I'm going to do the postcards, because you also get cards if people are away on holiday for Christmas. They might send you a card. That's, whoops, what have I done there? It's gone a bit weird. Let's just straighten that up. Don't know what happened there. That's better. Straighten that up. Yeah, you know, if people go on holiday or whatever at Christmas time or in the winter, they will send you a postcard. I know we often go away in the winter because I don't like the heat. I much prefer to be away when it's cool. Excuse me, I am so sorry. I don't know where this cough has come from. Started yesterday afternoon. I've not been sleeping very well, so I went and had a sneaky nana nap, and when I woke up, oh my goodness, I couldn't stop coughing, and it seems to have stuck with me. There we go. So we've got 2 lovely pictures for our postcards. I've got, as you know, a postcard stamp. I used this all of last year. It's in lots and lots of stamp kits. You can get these. If you haven't got one, it doesn't really matter, but I think most kits have got them in. So we'll make sure we got plenty of ink on our stamp. There we go. Postcard, nice and faint, so it's, you know, got some age to it, as it were. There we go, that's both of those done. And if, like me, you save stamps, you should have a collection of stamps. These were actually part of an old collection of stuff that I bought. They came, you know, in the pack. So I'm gonna put that on there with its stamp, just because it's 1968. This one I'm going to trim completely, and I will stick it down, you know, square as it were. So this one here, use this as a glue mat, don't laugh. This one here I'm going to stick on there, just, you know, for a bit of authenticity as it were. And this one I'm going to stick there, like that. It is obviously a different colour white, but we're doing the best we can to achieve the look. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to achieve the look. I can't find, I was looking, oh, for my regular little stamp that I often use. You've seen it many times. I can't find it. It's not here, so we can't use it. That's fair enough, isn't it? I wonder if it's... Oh, this is not the one I was looking for, but this one will do. There we go. And we put a postage mark on it. So that's done that. That's done that. They are our two postcards. And they're going to go in there. We're going to find a place for them in a minute. I'm not going to glue these ones in. I'm actually just going to use some paper clips. So 2 paper clips I needed there, and then I am going to use, whoops, everything's falling over, and use some grommets and my bits for a closure. So let's bring this in, and I think because we've got the narrow ones at the front and the back, these are the ones that I'm going to use. I'm going to put it on this, because I'm paper clipping it and not gluing it, I'm going to put it on the plain cartridge paper. So that goes on there, can be moved around. And then this one, I think I'm going to put on this coffee dyed paper, because again it's only paper clipped, it can be moved. So that's that. That's all ready to be stitched up, but before we do that we're going to need to make a hole, and I think I'm going about there. So there's my hole. I'm thinking probably silver grommet. Yeah, silver grommet in there. We're going to press this home. Like so. That's nicely in there, it's not going anywhere. And then I've got this sari silk. Whoops. So I like to go at least twice. So there, and then we've got 1, 2 and a tail. So I'm going to chop it off there. Okay. So then I'm going to put this through there. We are going to tie a knot like so. No, I don't want it sitting up, I want it sitting down. So we're going to go that one, that way. That's going to go 1, 2 and poke through there to match that. But I'd like to add something to these. So in the kit there was a bag, on that paper kit there was a bag, bits and pieces. So I'm going to have a look what I've got in here. I haven't even, oops, little tiny beads. I haven't even looked in here yet. There's a beautiful bit of broken jewellery there. That might be a little bit too heavy. And there's these little tiny, I don't quite know what they are. There's, right. So what we are going to do is we are going to get a needle and some thread. Excuse me. Got a needle. Whoops. And some navy blue thread. I should have been a bit more organised, shouldn't I? But anyway, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to thread this needle. Famous last words, really, that. But anyway, I'm going to thread the needle. See if I can get it done before hubby appears with lunch. He's been out to meetings and he's rung to say he's on his way home. Shall he stop and get something nice for lunch? What a sweetheart, eh? Right. So, trim this off. I'm going to tie a knot in there. Oh, no I'm not, because I only knotted 1 thread. That was silly. Right, let's try that again. Knot 2 threads together, and then I'm gonna fold that up and then bend it over so it's like narrower on the front than it is on the back. I'm going to hide my knot in there like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to stitch down and up like so. I'm going to put a couple of these little dangle things. Look, these little, don't even know what they're obviously off of a piece of jewellery, but I just think they're cute. And they'll add a little something to our tassel. Make sure we got it around the right way. Okay, gonna put another one on. It's the beauty when you buy these kits from Betty and Ivy and Betty, I'm sorry I always get it wrong. You do get the little bits with it, which are great, you know, for added decoration. It's because mainly they're designed for slow stitching, but I think they're great to use with journals. Right, can I get this needle through one of these little beads? That's the question. Yes, I can. How exciting. So now we've got a little bead there as well. So I'm just going to pull that through. Now there's a thread there that hasn't come through. Come through, Mr. Thread. There we go. And we got, look, 2 of these. Just add something to that. Then I'll just do a bit of a knot. You could, if you wanted to hide the stitching, you could add a button to the back here. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to add this little button to it as well. Oh, she says this is one of those like industrial buttons. I used to put them on uniforms way back when. Oh, goodness me. Making a bit of a mess of this, aren't I? And then straight through there. It's going to come through the other side, obviously. Whoops. And then we go back down. Make sure we're going through. Oh goodness me. Claire, you shouldn't do things like this on camera because it's quite fiddly. And fiddly's not my forte. And then I'm going to go back down. Pull that through. Okay. And then just wrap that round a couple of times. And then we've got some prettiness to our tie. And a little bit of weight to it as well. That's the other thing, when you do things like this, it adds weight and keeps it down where you want it to be. That's the thing. There we go. So you've got a little button on the back and these little beads on the front. Now, I'm not going to make you sit through that again, but I will do the same on that side, just so they match, yeah? So there you go. She's finished. I hope you love her. I hope you've enjoyed making yours. And as far as Journal Monthly is concerned, I'll see you in January of 2024. Oh my goodness. But obviously I will be here in the meantime with other projects. As always, thank you for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.